we are back to continue our Romero Britto animal. I did an owl. You could do whatever animal you wanted. Last time we were together, I created this very simplified version of an owl. He's got these big eyes, these dark black outlines. Now we need to make it look a little bit more like a Romero Britto inspired artwork by adding bright colors and, you guessed it, patterns. So to start off, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the belly of my owl a nice bright color. This is pop art. Now you and I know that there's no pink owls out there, right? That's okay. In pop art, there can be. And you're an artist, and you can make your animal whatever color you want. The brighter the better, if it's going to be inspired by Romero Britto. So we've got our little pink body, but we can't leave it there because Romero Britto is all about patterns too. This is a solid color. It's one flat solid color, although it might look a little stripy the way that I used my marker. But I'm gonna go ahead with a darker version of that color. This one is just flamingo pink. I'm gonna go over it with some raspberry. And I'm gonna make some polka dots. Polka dots are a pattern. They are repeating themselves. Anything that repeats itself is a pattern. And you might have noticed that Romero Britto often used his own signature as a pattern to repeat itself. He very rarely left any areas white too. So we've got that section done. Now let's go ahead and we'll do the wings. So I've got a nice polka dot pattern so far. What will I do here? Made a little solid wing. Maybe this time I'll go ahead and over my orange and I'll make some stripes with my red. That's not standing out very much like I thought it would, but it still looks good. We still got a nice pattern going. I'm being careful to go in the same direction with my line. If you are very particular about that, you could use a ruler if you wanted to. I'm not so particular. I think I'll use that same pattern on, I'll make some curves on my owl's toes. And maybe I'll color in every other one so they look like a stripe. Again, whatever patterns you choose, it is up to you. There are millions of patterns out there. I'm only asking you to do a few. It's getting tricky to get inside these little toes. If you have a small area, take your time with it. You can definitely do it. All right, we're getting somewhere. This is looking pretty good. Now for the face, let me see. What should I do? What should I do? I'm going to use, I think I want a light color. Maybe I'll go with this green again. And I'll make something that looks a little bit like feathers. This little scalloped pattern. I'm just repeating this wavy shape over and over again. I'm gonna be really careful once I get around my eyes though. I definitely don't want to go through my eyes, so I'm stopping when I get to those eyes. Doot, 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 doot. Sometimes if you make a sound effect as you're coloring, it's more fun. Doot, 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 doot. All right, nose. That's another solid. We can have some areas that are solid. But you know what? I think I'm gonna add some stripes to that. Stripy beak. And we cannot forget about the background either. I think I'm gonna rim this with a little bit of blue because those white eyes are really, really standing out to me. So I'm gonna outline with a tiny bit of blue. I'm gonna make some more lines on my leaf. I've done a lot of stripes though, haven't I? Maybe I should do something different. How about a checkerboard pattern? Do a little checkerboard on my leaves. Any things you can think of. Now, one thing that Britto did that I want to see you do too is we're not going to just color the background one whole color. We need to break up that background into sections. He never had the background all just one thing. So I'm going to give myself a little line right here and maybe come up over here. So this is going to be one pattern. Maybe this up here will be another pattern section. Maybe I'll bring it down over here. Stop before I hit that leaf. bring it down and over, and then maybe I'll do another pattern right here. So now our background is a series of blocks behind our animal.